Alright guys, so it's finally time. I finally got one. Welcome to the review of the Lanshan Pro 1. So this is a one-person Lanshan single wall, new Pro version. Now, before we even get started, before I even take this out of the bag, I want you to know that I have not had a chance to set this up yet. We will be taking this outside and setting it up just as soon as we get done going through, weighing it, and checking it out. Now the first thing, I'm not happy about it. They did away with the dry bag. So now it's just a stuff sack. But it is a very generous stuff sack. Alright? That tent is not folded up nice at all. So it should be a lot easier for us putting our tents away. So, let's get started with the nitty gritty. Everything in here just the way it comes. What's it gonna weigh? Now let me get everything balanced here. Make sure it's not touching anywhere. Okay. 1 pound, 13.3 ounces. Let's take it off. Put it back on. Same thing, 1 pound, 13.3 ounces. So we are about, what, just under 3 ounces short of 2 pounds. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so let's break it down a little more here. Because usually these things come with an extra stake or patch kit. Let's just kind of see what we got here. Okay, so we've got another draw bag, which is got the knot in it, so let's undo that because I don't like mine knotted. In here, well, let's just weigh this to see what our patch kit, our stakes, all that weighs. 4.5 ounces, which tells me we could do away with some of this weight. So you got your 4 cross stakes. They're shorter, but we could go a lot lighter than these, but these aren't bad. These aren't bad. These would work. Might have problems at Zaleski's or something getting these to go in, but about everywhere else I can think of, I can make these work. So those are 0.4 of an ounce each, which isn't terrible. So keep going here. We got our tie outs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stakes. Okay. So a total weight of about 3.4. Now you got your little stuff sack. 0.4. What's the tent without all that mess? Yep, 108.8. So we're close to 1.5 pounds just tent. So let's do a true weight on it with just the tent, nothing else. Let me make sure it's not touching. Looks like we're good. Maybe. Got a little ribbon there. Let's turn it over. So 1 pound, 8 ounces, guys. 8.4, sorry. But we're basically at 1.5 pounds just for the tent. If we reworked everything else to lighten it up, you could definitely get this to like 1.75 pounds. So let's untie it. That's actually pretty thick material there. Usually they come with that ribbony stuff. Alright. It's the same standard of shock cord that we're used to using, except for it's tied on. You notice that? All of them. It's just tied on. Don't know how well that's going to work out. Now I can tell you right now, the fabric is indeed much thicker. They said it was going to be 20D silicone impregnated. They weren't kidding. This stuff is slick and a lot thicker. Oh yeah. So, for those of you that don't know, and I learned this because I silicone spray all my tents, the silicone impregnation is going to help with your condensation issues. It just makes it slicker, makes it slide off longer, but it also helps with the sun breaking down the material. Now, that's cool. It's still got its pulls, but they use this different kind of string. So your corner retention is still a two-piece. Alright? So you've got your corner, which is heavily reinforced. Jeez. That is some seriously thick reinforcement there. But you have your two tie-outs just like on the regular Lanshan. Alright? Bottom one you pull taut. This one's adjustable to pull your fly tight, because you're going to want this spaced so that it can have a drip edge. You got a lot of reinforcement. Wow, look at that. You got a lot of reinforcement on the corners of these tents, guys. They went a lot heavier duty. I mean, they went up, back, over, back, and went twice down that side. And that's how they closed it off. Wow, that's crazy. Look at the reinforcement on the fly. There's a piece here, and it's sewn all the way through. Stitching's really straight and tight on this. I mean, you guys see that? I'm really liking the looks of this, guys. Really. Pull out. You don't even have to say nothing. You can see how well that is set up. I really need to just take this thing outside. Wow. Okay, so their zipper guard setup here is way thicker than it used to be. Look at that, guys. I mean, that's rigid. I mean, it's still the same dummy little zipper, but the whole thing is like, oh man, that's a lot thicker. Same system for the pullouts. See? And there's your pocket for your trekking pole. And your single slip, which we showed you guys before how to hook to this and hang it up. But I think we played enough. I think it's time to get this thing outside and get it set up. So, as you can see, there's still some snow on the ground. It's 20 degrees outside, but I'm coming out to set this up because I know you all been waiting. So here we go. Alright guys, it's kind of windy out. It's kind of hard for you guys to tell, but I pitched it kind of tight to the ground Took me a minute. It's my first time pitching this one, so it's not perfect. Definitely got a little bit of a learning curve to it. But as you see, I pitched it tight to the ground, trying to keep the wind out. I didn't hard tie my ends because I don't think I'm going to use those. At least not in the summertime, because it doesn't really gain you that much room. It tightens your pitch a little bit. I really like how they did this coming together and then into the reinforcement. Let's pull that back and give it a little more. Tighten it up some. Man, it's good stitching. You got your pull outs. Your bottom stays standard looped. Your toggle ribbons are a little shorter than they used to be. It's kind of a pain, and I didn't do a good job of tying it up anyways. But my bathtub floor looks like it's pulled down too tight, because it is. As you can see, I have it hung to the ground tight just to keep the wind out. Now, some things I've noticed. One, that ribboning that holds the zipper on is huge, and it's triple sewn. Okay? I remember we had a discussion before with some guys about zipping it down instead of hooking the bottom. I would say they've reinforced this on purpose to do that. I mean, look at that. Anyways, I have my pole here on kind of an angle, but it seems to make it stand better. I kind of like it. Now for space. Obviously, I could probably get another ½ inch or so if I pulled it tight, but we'll get it measured out as good as we can here. All right, I'm getting about 32 inches, 31 and a half, something like that. Yeah, 31, 31 and a half. If I had pulled tighter, I bet you'd get a full 32 wide. So that's pretty good. 32 wide at the ends is good. Let's go length. Oh, let me take my shoes off, guys. Like I said, it's 20 degrees out. So if the camera works a little shaky, it's because it's cold, boy. All right. Now, this down there. Okay. We're looking at probably 91 and a half, maybe 92. If I had stretched right, yeah. Oh yeah, full 92. So we're almost, well, let's call it, we're over 7'6". How's that? All right. Our bathtub floor has a rise of 4.5 inches. All right. There's a lot of sewing in that reinforcement, and it's glued. And I mean glued good. There's a lot of sewing in that reinforcement. So we've got a pocket here, and I'll be honest, I don't care how good you pitch this, it's still gonna lay on the floor. So I don't know that I like that too much. We got our hook ring up there for our light. I really like that. You guys that watch our channel know that we hook those battery powered lights to this. Makes tent look nice at really nice at night. All right, so here's the kicker. I am 6 foot, probably almost 6'1", real close. 250 pounds, okay? So most people are gonna be smaller than me. That's just a fact. Let's get that out of the way now. If you're bigger than me, I'm just gonna tell you, you should probably go get a Lanshan too. I mean, you're gonna be more comfortable. If you're taller than 6'2", 6 foot, maybe 6'3", that's pushing it. If you like to sleep with your knees bent, it'd probably be okay. But I'm on a foam pad, mind you. All right. Now, I'm gonna turn you around and show you my feet. All right, on my foam pad, just now, if I put my feet here, it won't touch. I can go farther, but let's go here so you got a couple inches for if you had a regular air pad. Let's lay down now. All right. So I can see where the pull-outs are now, why they put them there. But I have tons of room. I mean, I have that much room, 6-8 inches easy. And I'm 6'1", guys, and let's turn around so you see my feet still aren't touching. Still not touching. And you look back at me. Now, if you move me up a couple inches because I had a pad, now you're talking like 5 inches. So you're starting to get into that danger zone, you know what I mean? But honestly, there's a lot of room in here. I'm gonna be honest, if we didn't have to deal with bugs, let me get turned around here. All right. So if we didn't have to deal with bugs, I'm gonna tell you guys that me and my wife could probably cuddle up in this, honestly, because I'm a side sleeper and so is she. So let me get to where my back is basically against that screen. And obviously we'd close the vestibule, and this would be a time of year that there's no bugs, but let's do this. Let's do that. I think we should. So this is me as a side sleeper with my back against the mesh here, not pushing it out at all, just against it. And I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you how much room we've got left. I'll be honest, I think there's room for both of us in here. It'd be tight, but she's short, so we could put some gear at the bottom and some out underneath the vestibule. If you're trying to go light as a couple, this could do it if you like each other. You better really like each other and not be people that roll around in your sleep, though. I think we should try that. I think we should have a Lanshan 1 2-person camp out and see how it goes. Now, I do want to say this, because there's a lot of talk about sealing these things. I believe in sealing with spray silicone. But a lot of people say, well, why didn't they seal it from the factory, unseal it from factory? I want to show you the floor, because the floor is 2 pieces. I want to show you what they did. Can you guys see that? It's sealed, taped all the way. All right, and all the way up. So I'm not exactly sure what can leak because the corners are done the same way. Now obviously you can see a pinhole there of light coming through from where it was sewn, but that'll all get hit when I silicone spray the outside at those shot points. But this is silicone impregnated, so it doesn't technically need to be sprayed like I spray the rest of my tents to stop the sun. Now, something else I wanted to mention. On my Lanshan 1, I think this is the same style netting, but I think it's been treated with something because it's a lot grittier and a lot grainier. It really, really is. I mean, it has more of an abrasive feel. It's not as smooth and comfortable. So I don't know if they put a heavier duty mesh in or if they treated it or what exactly happened, but it's definitely got more rigidness and a little more, I don't know. It just feels like it's heavier duty. I don't know. Overall, other than the fact that everything's slicker and snot, it pretty much seems like the same quality as the Lanshan 2 with some improvements. I will say that if you're a tent stuff sack stuffer, like you just take your tent down and just stuff it in your bag, which is fine because people question folding tents nowadays, you're not going to like this tent. Because bringing it out of the bag, because of the way it's offset, it's not as simple as like the Lanshan. When you pull it out, you can just throw it down, pin it out, and throw it up. It doesn't really matter whether you rolled it up or not. This is not the same. This, if you roll it up, it's going to be super fast to put up. If you've got it all squished in a ball and you pull it out, you're going to have to do some quick adjustment. It's not hard, but I'm just making a point. I think that I like this tent. I mean, my wife's like just over 5 foot, so this is going to be absolutely huge on her. That's who it was actually bought for. I'm going to steal it some, but you guys have to understand that this will be cheaper if you guys wait a few months, honestly. I paid about $140 for it right now, and that was literally the day it got released, just so I could get this done and bring it to you guys and let you guys know what I think of it. But also because my wife started cracking out some solo trips, and this was kind of her reward. I'm very proud of her. She's never been afraid to be out in the woods, but to go out and film, and she kind of did her own thing, and she really impressed me. So I wanted to get her this as a thank you, and as I'm proud of you, and kind of to empower her because she empowered herself. But I actually love it. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little tight on the sitting up stage. I'll be all about that, you know. This is me sitting here, and my wife could sit here, so we both could sit up in this tent. But it'd be pretty tight. You'd be playing cards. It's not as roomy at the top as the Lanshan is by any means, but it still isn't bad. All in all, I'm completely happy with this purchase. I would tell you guys that if you want to spend the $140, go do it. I mean, it's worth it. The quality's still here, guys, if not better. I will say that condensation may become a slight issue, but if you pitch it the way I have, and I'll show you, a lot of people say, well, pitch it higher, let more air move through. Well, yes, but on a windy day, I'm trying to film in here, it's not good for it. But even pitched like this, if the condensation comes down the wall, it's going here and going out the drip edge. It's not coming in my tent, especially back there. So if it starts drawing in, it's going to come here and drip right out. Now, you will have more condensation on this than a dual wall tent. We all know that, and you have to accept that. I don't know that, honestly, there's enough weight savings here to mandate buying this more expensive one, because I believe the old style dual walls are like $80 or $90, and I've got links to those ones down in the description box where you can actually buy them on Amazon for less than this tent cost me buying it from China direct. But I mean, if you're a gram weenie, or if you're like me and you want to buy your wife the lightest thing you possibly can, this isn't bad for the money. It really isn't. I really like this tent. And I'm kind of a 3FUL guy. You guys know that. I've never claimed that I'm not. I am. I love their gear. I almost wish that they made their poncho tarps silicone impregnated like this, because I'm really liking this. I do notice that it comes loose as far as like the material stretching, and that could just be because it's new, but the silicone impregnate kind of loosens up faster on the pitch, but that's fine. Anyways, I give it a thumbs up, guys. I can't find anything wrong with it yet. Obviously, we'll need to take it out some trips. If I was going to suggest you guys, I'd say let us take the chance. Let us take it on trips. Let us see how it does, and we're going to come back and tell you if it sucks. You know we will. We're not afraid to tell you when things have downfalls, and we'll tell you if it works for us or if it doesn't. But we really appreciate you guys coming along with us. I'm going to get my butt out of here and then go get my wife and let her try it out, and we'll see how she does. But give us a while. We'll get it on trips. It's the middle of winter, so it's going to see some abuse, and we'll get back with you with some more videos letting you know how it does. So I'm Tony. Thanks for coming along with us here on Our World Outdoors, and we'll see you in the next one.